Okay, so basically, first we need to get the mains. This is a sine wave voltage, right? So put it here. Now, so we have this main signal. So we need to get these inductors. So for that, we can go again to the components. So get the inductor is I and D. So we need to go for, there are two types of inductor. So I in D and I in D2. So we need to go for I in D2, which has basically this dot. You can see here this dot, right? So this dot is for direction of the magnetic flux. So this is important, so that we want to make sure that that the flux is in one direction, in specific direction, like that. So then again get some more inductor. So you can just you can do it by duplicating it. So you can just duplicate this one. Then you can you can rotate it, and you can just again duplicate it. Sorry, again edit, duplicate it, like that. So basically, we have these three inductors. So we can see here this inductor has been split into two parts. That's why we have to, in LTSpice, we have to draw them specifically. Okay, we don't have an option to connect this ground in between. So that's why we have to specifically, mention that, like that. So now we can do all the necessary connections. So we can, um, go and we can wear them. So we can do all the wearing here. This one. Now of course we need to wear this them. This one. So my this is ready. My transformer is ready. However, now we need to connect the diodes. So we can connect this. We can get these two diodes first, and then we can edit the value of the components. So you can get the component. You can get the diode, type diode. You can get the diode, right? So again, rotate them. Rotate them and place it here and here, and of course we need a resistor load. So again, yes. So okay. So now and we need a ground here. So name, go to ground, get a ground here. So of course we need to put a ground here and here, right? So here we need to put a ground here. Of course we need a reference here also, that's why we need to put a ground, although it's not required in actual AC mains, there is no ground, but here we need, just for the sake of generating the voltage in the LTSpice, the simulator needs a reference voltage. So this ground, of course, it will generate even the negative voltage here also. So this way you need a reference ground. Otherwise the simulator will show error. So you can connect it, and then you can connect it. So go here, and do the connections. Oh, sorry, I made a mistake here. These two will be connected together. So I am done with all the drawing. Now it's time to insert the value of the component. So here is very important. So so we want to set this turn ratio such that we get some voltage less than around, with an amplitude of around maybe less than 20 volts. So we want to set that kind of turn ratio. But here we have not mentioned whether these are the simulator, for the simulator all these three are individual inductors. So, but we need to make them couple. So we'll see how to do that. So first, let's set the value. For the mains, as I have mentioned, it should be a. It's not a DC definitely. It's just a sine wave. So you can put a DC. And as I mentioned, the amplitude of the DC voltage will be 308 volt. As I mentioned, the 220 volt is just the RMS value. The actual amplitude is 220 into root 2. So that's why it's 308 volt. The frequency, we know that it's 50 hertz. So that's the for India it's 50 hertz, right? The AC main. So, and of course it's good to go. So press OK. And for the inductor, let's give some value of 1 millihenry. Note that you need to put a series resistance of around maybe very small, maybe 1 ohm should be fine, or just make it 1 ohm, just because otherwise the simulator will show an error. So please don't, if you don't put this 1 ohm resistance in series, basically in real life also this will have definitely some resistance. So otherwise this simulator will give you an error. And let's make this as around, to get that specific voltage, let's make it a 40 micro henry, and then let's make this also as 40 micro henry. Of course here we don't require a resistance, but only here we need a small resistance. Now, as I mentioned earlier, all these three inductors are not coupled to each other, so we need to make them coupled like that. So to make them coupled, you can just go to draft and go to spice directive again. You are familiar with spice directive. Type K. So K is the coupling constant. So L1 and L2 and L3 all are have a coupling constant like 1. So it's a perfect coupling. So there is no coupling loss. There is a perfect coupling happening. That's why we'll make this as 1. So here we are just considering it to be an ideal condition. So L1, L2 and L3 are coupled with a coupling constant of 1 again. So they are perfectly coupled. Now again just change this diode, pick a new diode here, go for 1N4148. Again here also you can go for manufacturer on semi 4148. I'm going a little fast because I have to cover a lot of stuff in small time, but since I'm already recording this video, so you can just you can re-see it whenever you feel you need some more information like that. So now okay, let's put a load here of 10k, right? So 10 kilo ohm. So save it, right? And then you can just go for a transient simulation. So maybe again go to draft, spice directive, go to point frame, then maybe I just want to go for maybe 0.2 seconds. So if I go for 0.2 seconds, right, and then do the simulation, and you can observe here, you can observe different voltage here. So you can see here, you can observe the voltage here and here. So I'm observing the voltage here, here. Sorry, I have not named the net, so it will be little difficult to find out. So basically the node N003, which is this AC mains, as I mentioned, it has 308 amplitude, and the coupled voltage, which is V01 and V04, you can see that there is a phase difference of 180 degree, right? There's a phase difference of 180 degree. I think it's better that I should name them, name the net. So this is mains. So this is my main voltage, V main. Then let's name this as VN1 and this as VN2 and finally so we can name this as V out. So just again save it and then run it again. Again, we need to plot it the V main. So V1 and Vn and V out. So let's plot everything now. So you can see here, right? V main is the peak 308. So because of the ratio is much smaller here, so we can get a very small very small kind of peak to peak voltage. But you can see that the V N1 and N2 are out of phase. So just let me plot only these two. Let me delete the other V main and even the V out. So you can see here, if I just zoom in again, zoom out, you can see here that this VN1 and VN2, where this VN1 and VN2, because of the grounding in the middle, we can see that they are 180-degree out of phase shift like that. So as I mentioned earlier, whenever N1 is positive, the diode here D1 will be conducting, and whenever so this will be not conducting, whereas when Vn2 will be positive, so which is in this case Vn2 will be positive in this case. So in this case this diode will be conducting. So this is the operation of the full wave rectifier. If I just plot the output here, so let me delete the all these Vn1 Vn2. So if I just plot the output here, right, so we can see a half wave rectified, right? Half wave rectified. You can see that it's a full wave rectified kind of waveform. So you can see that there is it's higher than zero, right? All these waveforms are higher than zero, and it's only rectified. So I can even plot the one of them, Vn1. So if I plot Vn1, so as a reference, so we can see that this is Vn1, and Vn out is an half wave. It's a full wave rectified, right? You can see here only the values higher than zero is present. So this is how we do the center depth full wave rectifier design in LTSpice. Any doubt on this? Any doubt? Any questions? Is it clear? How do we do it?